Okay, so let's make sure we're live. I think we are live. All right, wonderful. Welcome everyone. So today the theme is run out. We're going to do conversation phrases quiz, and it's all live. So this is a live English lesson. How nice. And so the question might be, what are we studying? It's good to know. All right, first we're going to talk about an idiom. We're going to describe and summarize a picture. We're going to use the picture and the idiom to create a conversation. And then we're going to use pictures to explain vocabulary and phrases in the conversation. What? That sounds so nice. And it gets better because we're going to test you with a quiz. And see if you guys remember what I've been teaching, okay? So let's take a quick preview. English lesson preview, right? So we're going to do the idiom. I'll talk about it. I'll give you an example. We're also going to talk about the world would end. I'll give you other ways to say it. Also, Tom freaks out. We'll talk about the meaning and I'll give you other ways to say that. We're going to describe a picture. We're going to summarize the picture and create a conversation using the picture. Nice. And in that conversation, there will be vocabulary. Vocabulary like a weirdo, he's lovable, running up and down the street. Whenever there's chaos, he's so audacious, right? And then I'll have to put on my glasses because there will be a quiz. Wonderful. Okay. So, if you guys, I see people in the comments. Sky Blue says, hello everyone. I will say hello. G Mosquito J says, hello. Hello, hello. I might as well type something in the comments. And I'll put an apple, right? Hello, hello. And let's see. Kizil Fetulaiva gives it an apple before I could. Nice work. All right, here we go. Hello, hello. I put it in the comments. Well, let's jump in and let's get started with the idiom. Here we go. The idiom is run out. So let's talk about what it means and when we use it. Run out means to not have any more of something. It's all used up. It's gone, right? There's no more. Our supply is empty and we need to get more if it's still important to us, right? Okay, so let's see an example using this idiom. After running out of pizza, Tom thought the world would end. Tom freaks out when we run out of things. Okay, all right, here we go. So the first part is running out, right? After running out of pizza. Disaster! So they ran out of pizza and Tom thought the world would end. So in other words, their supply of pizza, poof, was all gone, and Tom thought the world would end. Well, let's see. Let's talk about the phrase, the world would end. So in Tom's mind, he is devastated, so sad because there's no more pizza. So let's see. Here are other ways to say the world would end, right? And it's not literal. It's just like he's so upset, so he uses strong words. Here we go. We could say, it would be the end of the world. We could also say, life would cease. And the truth is, it's just this. Things would be very uncomfortable. Right? Okay. So if the pizza's gone, the world's not really going to end. However, people like to embellish. We like to exaggerate. We like to make things sound more than they actually are, right? So if the pizza's out, like in the example, after running out of pizza, Tom thought the world would end. It's not really going to end, but he's going to say, oh my goodness, life would cease. It would be the end of the world. But it just means Tom is still hungry and he wants to eat pizza. All right? Let's see, we have Bunny Beth's in the comment here. Hello, hello. And we have Mazlum Sonmez says hello, 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 and welcome. All right, let's keep going. So these are other ways to say the world would end. Let's do some pronunciation. Repeat after me. Here we go. The world would end. So everybody repeat after me and I will wait for you to speak. Here we go. The world would end. It would be the end of the world. Life would cease. Things would be very uncomfortable. Okay, and if you're doing pronunciation, you're repeating after me, put some apples in the comments, and that lets me know that you're participating. Also, if you have questions, or when I make a list of other ways to say something, if you have an idea, put it in the comments, and I will respond and we can talk about it. Same thing if you have questions. All right? All right. Okay, so, and I want to see comments that pertain to the lesson, right? Because I'm teaching a lesson here, and I think it will help you guys. So the comments, make them be about the lesson. Okay. All right, here we go. So that was the first part of the example. The second part is Tom freaks out when we run out of things, right? So Tom freaks out when our supply is empty. And this time we're talking about pizza. Oh, freaks out. Might be good to talk about what that means. So here we go. Tom freaks out. All right, so here are, let's see, I'll do this one, then we'll go back because I forgot to talk about the pictures in the other one. But here we go. So Tom freaks out. We can say Tom goes crazy. We can say Tom becomes wild and weird because he freaks out, right? We can say Tom is suddenly full of extreme emotion. All right, so if you guys have other ways to say Tom freaks out, put them in the comments and we can talk about them. Okay, so these pictures, they show people that are upset. This guy's like, I'm gonna turn into a vampire. He's freaking out. This guy over here, he's just like, So maybe this is Tom and he's freaking out. He's so upset. Alpercara says screaming or annoying. Very possible. Right. Very, very possible. If someone freaks out, usually they're out of control. They can't control their actions, what they say, or maybe how they act, right? So it could be very annoying. If they're like, in this instance, he's upset there's no pizza, right? So if he's like, there's no pizza, and he just keeps screaming and screaming, everyone else is like, this is very annoying, right? Okay, so let's do pronunciation. Repeat out loud after me. Tom freaks out. Tom goes crazy. Tom becomes wild and weird. Tom is suddenly full of extreme emotion. Right? So I think this is the only picture I didn't talk about here. This guy seems kind of pissed off. And you can use that too if they freak out. If someone gets so angry, they're just like, you can say they're freaking out, right? Because they can't really control their emotions anymore. All right, so before I didn't quite talk about these pictures, so let's talk about them. All right, so this would literally be the end of the world, right? Like everything burns up and poof, it's gone. And anybody who survives is wearing a gas mask, right? But if we're talking about pizza being gone, then it's more like this. The girl's like, I can't believe it. There's no more pizza left. The world is over. But it's not over like this. It's just like she feels uncomfortable, not having pizza. Okay, so once again, run out is to not have any more of something. It's all used up. Our supply is empty. We need to get more, right? So after running out of pizza, Tom thought the world would end. Tom freaks out when we run out of things. Okay, so that's run out. Let's move forward to the picture. All right. Okay, so we have two girls or young ladies One is named Mary, and the other one's named Tanya. And they have similar hairstyles, right? It's pulled in the back. They have long hair, but it's pulled in the back. And you could call it a ponytail, right? And if you guys want to help me describe this picture, put it in the comments and we can talk about it. All right, so it looks like they're outside. I think the sun is probably high in the sky, and it looks like they're in maybe a crowded area. There are other people in the background. It's a little bit fuzzy, but I'm pretty sure they're outside in a crowd. I think both girls are black or African American, you could say. Tanya's wearing a blue and black shirt. The main part of the shirt is like a light blue, and the sleeves and the shoulder part are black. Mary has, I think, a brown sweater on, and Mary's hair has two tones or two colors. I think she dyed her hair a lighter brown, and now it's growing back into its natural color, which I think is black. Probably the same hair color as Tanya. All right, Tanya has a white earring. Oh, the thing that I have two sisters, so I remember the thing that holds together the hair right there. I think they call it a scrunchie. It's kind of like a rubber band. It's just a fancy rubber band, but it holds it together so the hair doesn't fall out. So Mary has kind of a blue or a bluish green scrunchie, and Tanya has, I think, a gray one, right? So if we summarize the picture, and summarize just means to say what we see, but in a few sentences, not super amount, not a lot of detail. So this is what I would say. I would say two women are having a conversation. One is holding a cell phone. They are outside in the sun. There are many people around them. Something on the phone is interesting. And they are looking at it. All right, so the possibilities about what's on the phone, who knows, right? So here we go, I'm going to read it. Two women are having a conversation. One is holding a cell phone. They are outside in the sun. There are many people around them. Something on the phone is interesting, and they are looking at it. Okay, so that is summarizing the picture. All right, I think it's time to move forward. Yes, it's time for conversation. And my conversations are never normal. Because, right, I think normal is overrated. Okay, so Mary and Tanya are going to have a conversation, and it looks like Mary is going to start. Here we go. Let's see. You're gonna run out of minutes talking to that weirdo. Tanya, he's not a weirdo. He's my sweet, lovable boyfriend. He's the best. Mary, last night I saw him running up and down the street in his underwear. Tanya, he does that whenever there's chaos in the financial markets. He's so audacious. Mary, yeah, whatever. Okay, first step is we're going to find the idioms, and we're going to make them bold so you can see how they look and how they fit into this conversation. So there's one right there, and all right, I think we just have one. You're going to run out of minutes. Okay. All right, so follow along. I'm going to do the conversation at regular speed. Here we go. Mary, you're going to run out of minutes talking to that weirdo. Tanya, he's not a weirdo. He's my sweet, lovable boyfriend. He's the best. Mary, last night I saw him running up and down the street in his underwear. Tanya, He does that whenever there's chaos in the financial markets. He's so audacious. Mary, yeah, whatever. Okay, so this is the conversation. I think it's time that we do some vocabulary and make sure we understand what's happening in this conversation. Aha! Alpercara says weirdo equals weird person. Great question. And it's our first vocabulary word? Yes. Okay. So Mary says you're going to run out of minutes talking to that weirdo, right? So run out just means her minutes are gone. They're going to go back down to 0. All right, weirdo. Let's take a look at weirdo. I'm going to show you a picture that explains it all. Okay, here we go. Let's talk about weirdo. Oh, a weirdo. This guy could be a weirdo. All right, let me give you some other ways to say a weirdo. We could say an eccentric person. We could say a non-conformist. We could say a lunatic, an oddball, a loony, a wacko. So these are similar ways to say a weirdo. And usually if we call someone a weirdo, it's kind of negative, right? It's not usually a compliment. You don't go up to someone and say, oh, you're a weirdo. Way to go. Not really. There's something you probably say behind someone's back if you're gossiping and the person's not there. Did you meet Henry? What a weirdo. Right. Okay, so Alpercara, I believe that answers your question. Weirdo, yes, is a weird person, a strange person. An eccentric person. All right. Eccentric. Oh, Alpercara says, sorry, okay. No need to apologize. I love questions. Okay. So eccentric means out of the ordinary, right? So the majority of people might be here, but this person is way over here doing something different. Maybe strange, maybe normal to them, but everyone else is like, nonconformist. All right, inside we have conform. To conform means to follow everyone else, right? Do what everyone else is doing. So if we have a nonconformist, we have someone who does not follow everyone. People might say they're a weirdo. Maybe they're brilliant. Maybe they're very smart, but people say they're weird, right? A lunatic. Now we're getting into the land of crazy. If someone says you're a lunatic, it means they think you're crazy, right? Yeah, that guy, he's a lunatic. An oddball is kind of crazy. It's like a weirdo. Same thing, someone who stands out, an eccentric person. Loony, back to the land of crazy. And a wacko, crazy, right? We have this guy over here. He's doing something with his lips, like that. And he has his sunglasses on, and he has his jumpsuit, I guess, or leisure suit or exercise suit. And it's unzipped in the front, and we can see his white t-shirt underneath, or his muscle shirt. And he's all like, yeah, I'm awesome. I'm awesome. And everybody else is like, you're a weirdo. You're a loony. You're very eccentric. Okay, so that is weirdo. Let's go back to the conversation. All right, so Mary says, you're going to run out of minutes talking to that weirdo, that oddball, that really eccentric guy. He's strange. Tanya says, oh, he's not a weirdo. He's my sweet, lovable boyfriend. He's the best. Right? So Tanya might be a little bit offended by what Mary said. He's not a weirdo. All right. She uses the word lovable. Let's talk about other ways to say lovable. Okay, let's see what we can find. And we'll have a complete sentence. He is lovable. It's a short sentence, but it's so sweet. All right. Okay. And let me know, do you guys have any other ways to say he's lovable? Because I'm going to give you 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 that are similar, right? Okay, so first let's talk about the pictures. And while I'm doing that, if you guys have other ways to say he's lovable, put them in the comments and then we can talk about them. All right, so at the top, we have a sunset, and we have a romantic couple. It looks like it's out of a movie. There's a nice bench nearby. And they're kissing. The woman has a dress on, the man has probably pants and a shirt. And it's a moment of love, frozen in time. Oh, yes. Let's see, Layla Almeida says sweet. Yes. Right, very good. Layla Almeida says honey. Oh, sweet honey. Yes. All right, down here we have another couple. Looks like they're about to kiss. I think their noses are touching. And over here, their face is touching. And this one is in the winter, I think. They have winter clothes on. But they don't care about the cold. They just care about the loving. The love that's going on. This couple, oh, they're in a park. The woman's laying on her back. She has her hands around the guy's head, on the side of his head. And he's down. They're sharing a moment of love. All right, so let's see other ways to say he's lovable. We say he's adorable. He's charming. He's delightful. He's appealing. He's enchanting. Okay. So these are similar, right? It's hard to get exactly the right word, but these are quite similar to he's lovable. So let's do pronunciation. Repeat after me. Here we go. He's lovable. He's adorable. He's charming. He's delightful. He's appealing. He's enchanting. Okay, so once again, if you're doing pronunciation, put some apples in the comments and it lets me know that you're participating. All right. So these are other ways to say he's lovable. Let's go back to the conversation. All right, so Tanya said he's not a weirdo. He's my sweet, lovable boyfriend. He's the best. All right, Mary doesn't agree. Last night I saw him running up and down the street in his underwear. Strange, he's a weirdo. All right, so let's talk about running up and down the street. Okay, here we go. Let's take a look. All right, I'm going to give you two other ways that are similar to running up and down the street. All right, so this guy, he's in the middle of the street, right? He's almost right on top of the yellow lines, and he is jumping, dancing, moving around, having a good time. Cutting a rug, which is an idiom for dancing, maybe. But looks like he's having a nice time in the daytime, and he's in the middle of the street. And it looks like it's a two-way street because the cars on this side are parked that way, facing that way, and the cars on this side are parked facing towards us. So he's kind of playing a dangerous game. If he doesn't focus, there could be a car behind him that destroys his good day. Ruins his day. All right, let's see. Alpercar says, teacher, do you speak English accent or American accent? Well, what do you think? Can anybody here answer the question? Do I speak with an English accent or with an American accent? Let's see. All right. We'll wait for a moment, see if anybody answers. And I will go ahead and give you other ways to say running up and down the street. Okay, we could say moving back and forth along the street. So up and down is like you're not staying in one place, you're going back and forth, right? All right. Another way is to say moving to and fro around the street. Okay, so in the comments, Alpercara says, I think English accent. Well, actually, I have an American accent. So I was born and raised in the United States, and I have, Kizil Fetu Leva says he is American in big letters. He is American. Yes, so I was born and raised in the United States, so that's where my accent comes from. Okay, so if you study with me, you get a nice dose of American accent. right? So we have running up and down the street. Similar way is moving back and forth. So once again, we have the idea of motion, right? We could say if you're on a boat, maybe a cruise or a ship, the ship is moving back and forth in the waves, right? It's similar to and fro. The ship keeps moving to and fro because the waves are strong and they're pushing the ship back and forth, to and fro. All right? Okay, so let's do a little pronunciation. Repeat after me. Running up and down the street. Moving back and forth along the street. Moving to and fro around the street. All right, so whatever this guy is doing, he's doing it in the middle of the street, and he's probably moving maybe back and forth or up and down and moving around. Maybe there's some music or something that's just making him feel like dancing, I guess. Okay, let's go back to the conversation. Here we are. Okay, so Mary had said, last night I saw him running up and down the street in his underwear. So running up and down the street, running back and forth on the street, running to and fro around the street. Tanya, she understands. He does that whenever there's chaos in the financial markets. Doesn't everyone? Doesn't everyone run around the street when there's chaos in the financial markets? Probably not. Okay, so let's see. Whenever there's chaos. Ooh, and also audacious. This one's full of good vocabulary and phrases. So first we're going to do whenever there's chaos. So let's see, let's put it over here. Whenever there's chaos. Let me find my slide. Here we are. Whenever there's chaos. Okay, so chaos. All right, so chaos is usually when things go wrong. There's no order. There's disorder. These pictures are, great examples of chaos, right? So on the top picture, I'm not sure which country it's in. It says Polizei, so I'm going to guess somewhere in Europe, maybe Eastern Europe. Maybe, I don't know. I'm not an expert, but it's a black and white picture, and there's a huge crowd, and it looks like maybe there are more people going in, and it's possible that something happened that pissed off the people, right? And everyone is maybe fighting, maybe they're pushing, maybe they're destroying things, maybe they're making problems. So if there's something like this, there's a good chance that maybe the military or a huge number of policemen are going to come in and try to make the people go away. I don't know. But it's a perfect idea of chaos, right? And if it grows even more, then it would be even more chaos. Down here, looks like they have some weapons and stuff, and they have flags. Maybe it's like a revolution, but when it's like a violent revolution, oh boy, there's going to be lots of chaos. There's not order, right? Okay, so here are other ways to say whenever there's chaos. You could say when there's disorder, right? So inside we have order, order, which is the opposite of disorder, right? And when we say order here, we're not talking about ordering a Big Mac at McDonald's. We're talking about things are organized, right? So order is the opposite of disorder. Okay? All right, we could say every time that there's mayhem. All right? Mayhem is another word that's quite similar to chaos. It means trouble, problems, things are going wrong. It's just a big problem. And there's a lot of disorder, right? Mayhem. All right, let's go to the next one. Whenever there's, here's a nice big word, pandemonium. Pandemonium. All right, pandemonium is very similar to mayhem. It would be correct to say in this picture, it looks like there is a lot of pandemonium. And there might be even more pandemonium if it doesn't quiet down, if the people don't go away, or if they don't relax, something has upset them. So pandemonium is similar to chaos, and it's similar to mayhem, right? And whenever there's pandemonium and mayhem, there's usually disorder because people are not organized anymore. They're using their emotions to make their decisions. And when we use our emotions too much, logic seems to go out the window. Okay, so let's see. Sky Blue says something in, I'm going to guess it's Turkish. But the only thing I say in Turkish is teşekkür ederim. So if you could put your comment in English, that'd be great so everyone could understand, including me. Okay, all right, here we go. Another one is when there's a frenzy, right? And a frenzy can have different meaning depending on the situation. But if we're talking about the situations here in these pictures, a frenzy would be like a rush of emotion and people are ready to do something, maybe destroy something, attack something, or fight, or do something like that. It's like frenzy is like, ooh, ah, ee. All your emotions and your heart starts pumping. You're in a frenzy, right? So it could be like a riot or like something where the crowd is going crazy, but it could also be if there's a great deal at a store, like an iPhone, and people are trying to fight to get in the store because they want to buy the new iPhone or the new, I don't know, whatever the newest technology, a new PlayStation or something like that, and people are going crazy trying to buy it, and there's a huge frenzy. That would also fit for chaos, right? If people really go crazy. Okay, so repeat after me. Whenever there's chaos, when there's disorder, every time that there's mayhem. Aha, Leila Almeida says when people are desperate. Yes, I think that's a very good description. When people feel that they have no other option, then things can get very dangerous, right? Because they're no longer willing to talk. They don't want to negotiate. They want to take action, right? So repeat after me. Whenever there's pandemonium. Let's say this nice, big, juicy word one more time. Repeat after me. Pandemonium. And we can also say when there's a frenzy. Okay, so these were other ways to say whenever there's chaos. Let's go back to the conversation. All right. So Tanya says he does that whenever there's chaos in the financial markets, whenever there's a pandemonium in the financial markets, whenever there's mayhem in the financial markets, whenever there's a frenzy and people are going crazy and just doing kind of things. Then Tanya says, but he's so audacious. My sweetie pie, my honey, he's so lovable. He's so audacious. So I think we could talk about the word audacious. And Tanya is saying it as if it's a good thing. So we'll have to see, is audacious a good thing, a bad thing, or just a neutral thing? Here we go. He's so audacious. So the pictures might kind of give you an idea, right? So we have kind of like a Superman character here. He's going to save the world. We have let's see, is that like a Spartan? Or maybe a Greek soldier with his spear and his shield, and he's standing on the edge of the cliff with the sunset in the background at the end of the movie. And it's like honor and fighting and respect and audacity. He's so audacious. And this guy, he's standing at the edge of the cliff. I can take on the world, I can do anything, or I just, want to be careful that I don't fall off the cliff. That would be bad. Okay, so here are other ways to say he's so audacious. You could say he's very bold. So that's another way, a very simple way to say audacious is bold, right? You're going to jump in, you're going to get things done. You could say he's really daring. He's so fearless. He's so fearless. He's very courageous. Whoop. He's really dashing. He's such a daredevil. All right. So audacious means that you don't like sit around, right? You don't sit around waiting for things to happen. You jump up and you get out there and you make things happen. You're bold. You're daring. You're fearless, courageous, dashing. Dashing can also mean like good looks. Like he's so dashing. Like he's very handsome. But here it's like courageous. He's willing to get things done. He's such a daredevil. He's willing to take risks, right? So he's so audacious. Repeat after me. He's so audacious. He's very bold. He's really daring. He's so fearless. He's very courageous. He's really dashing. He's such a daredevil. All right. Okay, so these were other ways, similar ways to say he's so audacious. All right, Alpercara says, take risks, brave person, a hardy person. All right, sure. A hardy person is usually someone who has good, wonderful energy. They're willing to work hard, get out there and get things done, right? Take a risk, sure. All right, let's go back to the conversation. I think we're towards the end of it. All right, so he does that whenever there's chaos in the financial markets. He's so audacious. And Mary's like, yeah, whatever, as in she doesn't agree, right? So let's do the conversation one more time at regular speed. So follow along. Here we go. Mary says, you're going to run out of minutes talking to that weirdo. Tanya, he's not a weirdo. He's my sweet, lovable boyfriend. He's the best. Mary, last night I saw him running up and down the street in his underwear. Tanya, he does that whenever there's chaos in the financial markets. He's so audacious. Mary, yeah, whatever. Okay, so that was a conversation from this photo, and that's the conversation they're having while they're, holding the phone and talking about it. Let's see. Kizo Fetuleva says in a comment, from this time our children in Russia have to pass an English exam. One of the tasks is describing the picture with details. I think your YouTube channel and Instagram lives will be very useful for them. Wonderful. All right. I love to use pictures because it's real, right? Whatever you're describing, there's a really good chance that you can use that same vocabulary and phrases in another situation, right? Because it's people. We're around people all the time. Okay. Wonderful. And thank you for the kind words. I appreciate it. Okay. All right. I think... Is it time? Is it time? Yes, it is. Guess what time it is? It's time for a quiz. Okay. Let's find it here. Did I put my glasses? Yes! We have the glasses. Let's do it. It's time for a quiz. Okay, Sky Blues says for a quiz. Yes, I think you recognize my glasses. Okay, here we go. Question number 1, and put your answers in the comments. Here we go. Number 1. In the conversation picture, the women are probably A, outside in a beautiful forest, B, inside a football stadium, C, outside among a large crowd, or D, inside a huge quiet church. All right, let's hear some music. Okay, so in the conversation picture, the women are probably, the answer is, here we go, C, outside among a large crowd. All right, so let's check to make sure that answer is correct. Let's go back to the picture. All right, so I described the picture before and I used, quite a bit of detail. And we have two women and they are outside. It's not really clear in the background, but we can see other people, right? We don't know if they're standing in line or if they're waiting maybe for a concert or some announcement or a speech. Who knows? But yeah, they're probably outside in a large crowd. So the answer is C, outside among a large crowd. Let's take a look at the incorrect answers. Outside in a beautiful forest? No, not quite. That would be that one couple before when we were talking about, oh, he's lovable. I think they might be in a beautiful forest celebrating their love. But for this question, no, it's wrong. Inside a football stadium? No, not so much. Inside a huge quiet church? Well, first we know that they're outside, so it's immediately incorrect. So the best answer is C, outside among a large crowd. All right, here we go. Question number 2. Which of the following is not a way to say a weirdo? A lunatic, B, a wacko, C, a nonconformist, or D, a prodigy? Let me know in the comments. Here is your music. All right. Which of the following is not a way to say a weirdo? The answer is D, a prodigy. Right. And before we talk about what a prodigy is, all of the other three, A, B, C, are other ways to say a weirdo. And let's just check and make sure we've studied it before. Oh yeah, this guy, the weirdo. Right, so here we go. We have nonconformist, we have lunatic, and what was the other one? A wacko or loony? But it's all here, right? A weirdo. But nowhere does it say a prodigy. What does the word prodigy mean? What do you think? If someone is a prodigy, it's a really good thing. It means like they're super smart, right? Or they have a super ability to play like the violin, or they're like a kid and they're able to do math, like a scientist already. A prodigy, it's like something incredible that someone can do. And it's very common to say a child prodigy. So maybe they're 6 years old and they've already went to Harvard. Or they're 8 years old and they're already a doctor or something like that. It's like really out of the ordinary, but we wouldn't quite call them a weirdo. It's abnormal, it's out of the ordinary, but it's like, wow. And most of the parents are like, I want my kid to be a prodigy. Yes, Alper Carr says genius. That's right. Right. Genius, super intelligent, super smart, super clever, a prodigy. Right. Question number 3. How can we describe the guy in the picture below? Here's the picture. How can we describe him? A, audacious, B, ferocious, C, hilarious, or D, victorious? What do you think? Here's your music. Okay, so how can we describe the guy in the picture below? I'm quite sure we saw this guy before. Okay, so the answer is A, audacious, right? And let's check out this answer first, and then we'll talk about the wrong answers, because there's some good vocabulary in the wrong answers too, right? Okay, so audacious. Aha! There he is. Right? He's bold, he's daring, he's fearless, he's courageous, he's dashing, he's a daredevil. He's audacious. Let's see. Kizil Futaleva says C or D. I don't know the meaning of other words. Great. Thank you for telling me. We're going to talk about them, okay? So let's see where we are. Here we are. Okay. So the answer is audacious, right? He's bold. He's like Superman, right? Okay. So the wrong answers. Ferocious. Ferocious, like think of an angry tiger or an angry lion who's like roar and they want to eat you. You'd say they're ferocious, right? They're going to probably cause you harm. They're going to hurt you. So they're ferocious. Ferocious. Kind of like angry and aggressive and willing to cause harm to other people if we're talking about animals, right? You could say someone has like a ferocious appetite. Like they want to eat so much, right? And maybe they push people out of the way to get to the food because they have a ferocious appetite. There you go. So ferocious is like a lot, like but it's like almost too aggressive, right? Okay. Hilarious means, let's see. Alpacar said, is it bad ambitious? Ambitious is actually closer to audacious. Ambitious is like a good thing because it's like you have ambition. You want to do things. You want to get things done. You have ideas and you're ready to put your plans in action. So ambitious is good. Usually seen as a good thing, right? Ferocious, maybe if you have a dog and you want the dog to protect you and protect your home, hey, let's get a ferocious dog. Because burglars and robbers don't like ferocious dogs, right? Hilarious just means really funny, right? Something just makes you ha ha ha. It's so funny. It's so hilarious. The movie or the joke. I just couldn't stop laughing. I laughed so hard that I started crying or something like that. So hilarious just means really funny, really humorous. Victorious. I am the winner. We played basketball and we were victorious. Or here's another good one. Let's see, where were we for the picture? Maybe this guy, the Greek warrior or the Spartan warrior, they had a huge battle and they won. So they are victorious. So victorious just means to win, right? To be the winners. And if you're victorious, you're probably pretty happy. And you might have been audacious and that helped you win, right? So for this question, victorious is not the right answer, but it's good to know the other vocabulary. All right, so audacious means bold, daring. Ferocious is like aggressive and maybe angry and aggressive and ready to attack. Hilarious just means really funny. And victorious means I'm the winner. You won, right? You're victorious. Okay? Question number 4. What was Tanya's boyfriend wearing in the street last night? A, his t-shirt. B, his underwear. C, his socks. D, his sweatshirt. I think it's time for music while you think about your answer. Here we go. Okay, so what was Tanya's boyfriend wearing in the street last night? Well, unfortunately, he was wearing his underwear. So if he's wearing his underwear, that probably means he wasn't wearing other clothes, right? If someone says that they're wearing their underwear, that means they're not wearing a shirt, they're not wearing pants, and the people are probably like, why is he wearing his pink underwear on the street, or his Superman underwear? Because he's audacious, right? Maybe he has Superman underwear. And let's see, before Kizil Fetuleva says now it's clear. Great. I'm really happy when my explanations make sense to the students. All right. Okay. So what was Tanya's boyfriend wearing in the street last night? His underwear. His t-shirt? No. His socks? Maybe, but we probably wouldn't be focused on his socks if he's wearing his underwear. His sweatshirt? It didn't say anything about that. So if we go back to the conversation. Aha, Mary says, last night I saw him running up and down the street in his underwear. Right? Okay, so that was the answer. Let's see, that was question number 4. We still have one more question. How nice. All right, question number 5. In the picture below, we can say there's a lot of A, discretion, B, displeasure, C, disorder, or D, disbelief. Great vocabulary words. Here we go. Here's your music. Okay, all right. I like this question because even if the answer is wrong, we still have a lot of good vocabulary words. Okay, so in the picture below, here we are. We got the guy on his motorcycle. Looks like there's some helicopters. There's smoke. There's a road. There's probably a lot of noise and confusion. All right, in the picture below, we can say that there's a lot of disorder, right? So we talked about a similar word before, right? Let's go back. And then don't worry, we'll talk about the wrong answers as well. We were talking about chaos, right? But a very similar word is disorder. So the opposite is order, right? When things are neat, organized, and people aren't making a problem. But disorder is the opposite, right? Chaos. And if we look at the picture, where is it? There it is. If you look at the picture, wow, I mean, yeah, chaos, disorder, pandemonium. If you have all these military helicopters and this guy, maybe he's like running away. I don't know. Maybe it's like a James Bond movie. Yeah, there's a lot of disorder and chaos in those in those movies. So the answer is C, disorder. Let's talk about the incorrect answers. So discretion. If someone says you need to use discretion, that means you need to be careful what you say, right? Let's say you're going to talk to a big crowd of people and you're trying to be president or something like that. I don't know. And there are certain people in the audience that easily get angry and are easily offended if you talk about certain topics, right? So the person who helps you to write the speech, they might say, okay, be careful, use discretion, use your wisdom, whether or not it's good to talk about something, right? You have to think first. Discretion, if someone says use discretion, they mean you need to look at the situation and decide if what you're doing is a good thing or a bad thing. Is it appropriate or inappropriate, right? Use your discretion or use discretion, all right? Displeasure is pretty simple. It's just the opposite of pleasure. So displeasure is something that's bad, right? It causes me displeasure. It makes me unhappy. I don't enjoy it. It's not good. The opposite, it gives me pleasure. When I eat ice cream, I get pleasure, right? When I eat liver, displeasure. Displeasure, right? Okay, so disbelief is the opposite of belief, right? So disbelief would be the opposite of trust. So I trust you to help me out. But if I don't trust you, maybe whatever you say, ugh, I'm full of disbelief. I can't believe what you're saying, right? Okay, so discretion, if you use discretion, you have to use your mind to decide if it's a good idea to say something or maybe just, keep your mouth shut. Displeasure is something it's like unhappiness, right? It's not being happy. Disorder, chaos. Disbelief means that you do not believe something, right? Look, they all start with dis, right? These three are kind of interesting because the dis in front of them means the opposite of the end, right? So no pleasure, no order, and no belief. That's what dis here means, right? However, discretion, crestion, as far as I know, is not a word. So it just goes all together, and it's not necessarily a prefix that changes the meaning of the last part. So this one's all together, discretion, right? Okay, all right, that was vocabulary, and that was the end of the quiz. Great, wonderful, I love it. Okay, so let's take a look. What did we accomplish today? Accomplish means, what did we do? What did we finish? What did we complete? How did we move forward, right? What did we learn? What did we do? All right, so let's ask the questions. Did we talk about an idiom? Well, let's take a look. I'm pretty sure we did. And the idiom was run out, right? To not have any more of something. It's all used up. We ran out of pizza. Tom freaked out. He thought the world would end. All right, so yes, we talked about an idiom. Did we describe and summarize a picture? I know we did. Yes, the picture here of the two young ladies talking on the phone, and we did the summary, right? All right, so we described and summarized a picture. Check. Did we use a picture and an idiom to make a conversation? I know we did, and we're going to take a look. Here we go. So we have the picture, and inside we have the idiom, and we made a conversation. So yes, we did that one as well. So we get a check mark. All right. Did we use pictures to explain vocabulary and phrases in the conversation? Oh yeah. Oh yeah, we did. So we had the conversation, and then inside we had some interesting vocabulary words, right? A weirdo. He's lovable. Running up and down the street whenever there's chaos. And he's so audacious. Right, so we did do that. We used pictures to explain vocabulary and phrases in the conversation. Test you with the quiz? Yes, we did. We did a lot. We did number 1. Yes. Oh, yeah. We did lots of good quiz stuff. Okay. And we talked about the incorrect answers as well to help boost your vocabulary. So we did everything today. Hooray! Wonderful. Okay. So if you enjoy our material here on YouTube, feel free to subscribe. I have the finger. There it is. Ooh, ooh, I don't know why that makes me so happy to do simple animations. Okay. All right, here is our motto. Improve your English and become more valuable. Right? Improve your English and have more skills. Improve your English and be able to do more in the world, right? Because English is so common everywhere on the internet when you travel, right? Okay, so that is it. And I want to say thank you for everyone for being in the comments. I'm going to play a little bit of music and then I'm out of here.